Happy Halloween from LindaZ and also from Linda. I am so happy to be here. It's a great time of year, fall. You see, I put a big array of fun things out for the pumpkin harvest, and I'm going to show you a real quick little thing on the serger that I think is just so fun. People had asked me a couple of different times about actual cutting, so I'm going to show you cutting, and I'm also going to suggest that you do a couple little cocktail napkins that you can put in. Go find yourself a real fun little holiday autumn cup, whether it's Halloween or fall or whatever. Put a nice little napkin in there, buy a second one, and then give it to a friend, and they can have coffee with you or with another friend. And that way you've just created some really, I think, good camaraderie with people. So let's get started. I have got, I think I've done about 24 different types of napkins. This is actually Moda's, and I just love it. I think it's really a beautiful print. This is actually for my daughter, Debbie. She chose it, so I said I'd make her one. And you can see what I've done with this. I have taken the same fabric on the front and the back. So I have two pieces of fabric here. These were actually 14 inches, between 13.5 and 14 inches. I think whatever I had across the width of my fabric, if it was 40 inches or 41, I mean, I didn't have any scraps left except for this, for the pumpkin one, and this particular one I had nothing left. So I must have used about 13.5 inches. And I cut all of these out first, and again, I do a front and a back, and then I pin them in the four corners, or I clip. I do like the clips. I think they're easier to use. I do all the cutting first, and then that way, you know, when you're doing a quilt, it's so much easier. You've got everything cut out. Could you imagine doing one strip of your quilt, and you just cut out the one strip, and then you go to the second strip, and then you cut that out? You'd be there all day. So when you are doing cutting for napkins, it's the same thing. You're going to cut everything out first, and then you're going to put your steps together on how you would apply them. And I, on this particular one, have done the front and back because they are much more, they're really just luxurious. They feel good. They're a type of napkin that if you had to go out and buy, you'd pay a lot of money for it because it is really done with real quality fabric, and again, it's lined. You don't have to quilt it or anything. There's no quilting on these because they're so small. You can see on the little pumpkin one the same thing, and all I've done is used a rolled hem, and I will do one for you so you can actually see what I've done. We always want to cut off a selvage. I want to really emphasize that because then you'll be able to have your grain line perfectly straight. Of course, we are going to cut this in half again, and I'll show you that in a moment. But first and foremost, we're going to trim off this selvage edge. You don't want that to be, you know, anywhere near your fabric. You have to give it a nice crisp cut, and you can see now I've got rid of them. Let me just emphasize again that I've cut these salvages off because I don't want you sewing on them. You're not going to get the same even stitch on both sides of your napkins if you have those salvages on there. So I've just cut them off, and I have not used the lines here on the cutting mat. I use the lines on the ruler. And again, I'm going to line this up so you can really see how nice this is and how accurate it is. You can see right here, see the nice black line going across here, and then the corner down here, and this edge going across here. That shows you that this is evenly cut and it's lined up perfectly. Now the next step after that is to measure how much I have on here, and I have 20 inches. So I am going to just trim off this tiny little fold. It won't matter. Again, there are rules for, well, rules, numbers of, you know, normally 18 to 22 inches, a very formal napkin, 22 inches square. Now you see I did this again. When I'm in a hurry, and that's why you don't want to do this when you're in a hurry, because, and it's a good way for you to see this, you can see that I have not, I went up like this rather than straight like this, and now see the difference, how that cuts it off? And the same way with here, I want to go, I have to cut that off in a different way. We'll get rid of that. But you see how I've got that little extra fabric on there, and which I don't want. So I'm going to take this, lay it down flat, and go straight across. And now I've got it off. If you go like this with your rotary cutter and try and get your cutting right, it's not going to work. You have to go straight across, and it's better for your hand. You won't get that carpal tunnel that you will get if you keep going like that. So just another little, tip that'll help you. And of course, always close your rotary cutter when you're finished. So let's see what we've got left. I started to say that the rule of thumb for napkins, usually a formal napkin is 18 to 22 inches. And a cocktail napkin can be really whatever's left over. That's what my rule is. I guess they say 13, 14 inches, but 10 inches is really nice too because it's just a small little napkin. These are actually 13, but if you get down to a little smaller napkin, I think they're nice if you're serving appetizers. So let's see what we've got left here. We do have about 20 inches, which is great. So I am going to cut this in half, 10 inches, because remember, see, my ruler goes, there's numbers on both sides, and this is about 10, and I'm going to measure, not with I do use these lines to get it kind of accurate, but these are the lines that I want to look at. And I can see that I've got 10 inches here, there's a 10 here, and I know then because it was 20 inches, I have 10 inches on the other side. Now, do you see the difference this time when I'm going to do this rotary cutter? I want you to watch my hand. See how it's going straight now? See the difference? Rather than if I'm going like this, you want to go straight like this. That's one of the reasons we use these Quilter Select rulers. However, okay, we have about 5 or 6 people that use these all the time in the warehouse. So I can see that this one I'm just going to turn the little braid, click it out, put a new one in, and then it'll work just perfect. But in the meantime, I want you to see how nice these little, see, they're still really good size. And I'm going to use the front and the back. And what I'm going to do is clip these. One over here. These are small, so I don't need to have them all over the place. I usually figure about 8 clips per napkin if they're the bigger ones. And I can actually get away with 4 on here. So the next thing I'm going to do is take it over to the serger. And again, remember that I told you on one of these serger classes that we had a special from our show that we just did with Sandra Swick. Well, I had, the count was wrong. We sold, I think, the first 3 right away that first morning, and we were able to get 2 more for this classroom price. They're brand new sewing machines, but we're calling it a classroom price with a trade-in. I can't stress enough how important it is for those of you that do not have one of these to call and find out about our pricing. It is the lowest price we've ever had for a serger, and the serger is wonderful because of the fact that it doesn't matter what you're sewing on, you're always going to have perfect tension. That's probably the number one thing. Then it has a wonderful colored screen that you can see everything. It's all set up for you. I brought this from home. This is actually mine. And you can see this little tunnel that I brought up, the little case. I have 2 things that are a little different than most people doing when they do a rolled hem. I have actually used like a woolly nylon, they call it Ceracore, in my upper and lower loopers. Usually people will use it in their upper looper, but I've actually put it in my lower looper too, so I can get it a little bit heavier. It just makes it a little thicker. And I did not have the same color, and I wanted the color to really match pretty closely in a regular 60/3 serger, like some of our regular cones. So when you're in a bind, you can go ahead and take some of the Metrazine 100-weight thread. Now, it's going to take more, this is much more economical. These go pretty fast, but they still will match. And I think I only used 2 of them for the 24 napkins, so that's pretty good. And I would suggest that you try and experiment with some of this stuff. The reason that I am so thrilled about this serger, so now think about it. I have a heavy thread in the upper and the lower loopers, and I have another weight thread, a 100 weight thread, in my needle thread. And I have perfect tension. I never had to change it one time. Now, because I'm standing, it might be a little bit harder to see what I'm doing, but you can hear it. I love when it starts, it gives you that little bit of clink, 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 clinking. It's all ready to go. See how nice this edge is going over? I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful row of hand stitch. Now I'm gonna go right off the edge. Isn't that amazing how really easy that is, and then I'm going to trim that, and I'm going to go right back over and trim off that edge, and I'll do that around all 4 edges. Look at how beautiful that is on both sides. So let me go ahead and do the other. These go so fast that you can see how I can make 24 of them in just an afternoon. I'm taking a little bit longer seam allowance here than I need, but I want you to be able to see it, and that's why I'm doing that. That will cut my napkin down to about a 9-inch, but that's okay still. And see now how I have one here, and when I'm all finished with this, I'll go ahead and take some sealant that I'll put on the edge here. We'll put that in the down below the video so you can see what it is. I think for 24 napkins, I went through about a half a tube, because this is the best way to make sure your napkins never ravel and they will always stay soft. It's one of the best that's out there. Another thing you probably noticed, see all this waste here? There is a little cup that I didn't bring along. I can't imagine, because I use that all the time. And it's really, really a good one. And all that junk goes right in there, and then you can just pop it out and put it into your basket. So again, the next thing that I will do, I actually, and this is a little tip that I read about. I've actually done it for years, so I don't know. Everybody must know about it. But I read this again, that they had written it in the big book of Serging. I don't know if you have that book. Bernina puts it out, but it could be Serger. And I know that these couple machines that we were able to get have a free, like a $300 or $400 caddy or trolley, and they also have the $200 book of serging with it free. I would always, always recommend that serger for no matter what serger you have, because here's a little tip that they said. You're going to take this little sealant and you're going to put it on the tip of your edges of your napkin. All these napkins that are around here have got this on it. And then you're going to put it on all of them, and most of the time what you would have to do is let this then dry somewhere where that little sealant doesn't get on anything. Well, what you can do is if you've got a nice pressing mat, I have the Floriani, which I just love. It's just a cotton pressing cloth. And it's big enough that I can put my napkin on it, and I put my little dabs of sealant on there, and then I put another pressing cloth over it, and I press them, no steam. I just press them till the edges of the corner are dry. I turn it over on that pressing mat again, and again press the 4 corners, and I use the Laura Star. It's just a great one to do. And I will tell you, you never have to worry. You can go and cut those right away, and they will look exactly like this. Look at how perfect they are. See those corners? They're absolutely perfect. You'd never know that we went off the edge and cut anything like that. You can see how quick this is. I hope you will enjoy some of this. Call the store about those 2 machines. If you have any gifts you ever want to give to somebody, doesn't matter what time of year. This happens to be fall or, Halloween or Thanksgiving time. But you could do it for Christmas, for Easter, for springtime. There's just so many times that people would just love to get a little napkin in a cup and share a nice hot cup of cocoa. So thanks again for joining us. And did you notice my blouse too? I have a little pumpkin on here. You can tell I love this season. I did a couple of little embroideries, one on knit and one on the t-shirt. And I'll do one of the videos pretty soon again with some embroidery techniques. I'm doing a baby quilt right now with embroidered, it's really going to be fun. So I'll try and bring that in for one of our shows too. Thanks everyone. Have a great week.